Good day, everyone. We are discussing the Chapter 6 of Arts and Appreciation, the visual elements in the Philippines, traditional motifs and crafts. Introduction. The Philippine visual arts encompass the range of forms developed by the Filipinos in the ethnic, Spanish, American, and Vietnamese of contemporary tradition. In ethnic communities, pottery, weaving, carving, and metal crafts are made for ritual purposes for everyday use. Spanish colonization introduced painting and sculpture, whose subject matter was for the most part religious. Although secular themes and forms emerged in the 19th century under the patronage of the new mestizo elite, the American period witnessed the conflict between conservatism and modernism, with the latter gaining ground and in painting and sculpture. After World War II, artists explored a variety of Western and Eastern styles, media, and philosophies, some consciously going back to ethnic roots to express themselves as individuals and as Filipino. Lesson 1. Decorative motifs and symbols classification. There are many times when we do not understand what is being meant by a word, a thought, an act, or thing. We need other things to describe them in order to properly understand their meanings. There is particularly true when we are dealing with works of art and in the literary world. This is why symbols and motifs are created to help us understand. Motif. A motif is an image, spoken or written word, sound, act, or another visual or instructional device that has symbolic significance. It is used to develop and inform the theme of literary work. The concept of motif is related to a theme, but unlike a theme, which is an idea or message, a motif is a detail that repeated and pattern of meaning that can produce a theme while creating other aspects at the same time. Motifs typically are used in one of three ways. A single object that appears multiple times throughout the work with most of the emphasis placed on the item. A collection of related objects that appears multiple times to emphasize the theme. A collection of seemingly unrelated items that serve to draw attention to the theme in a subtler manner.
Classification of motif. The motif or units of textiles design may be classified as geometric, realistic, or natural, stylized, abstract. Geometric motif. These motifs include line in various forms such as vertical, horizontal, diagonal, and curved. They form fabric designs such as stripes, page, checks, and circle. In their associated design, geometric design lead the eye in the design of pattern that is created by them. Realistic motif or natural motif. Natural motif portray and direct as replica or of things as they exist in nature, such as flowers, trees, animals, and jungle, human figures, and other natural things. They are also called novelty patterns, as tree motif lack designer's creativity and required three-dimensional platform to copy reality to do not find wide acceptance in appeared designing. Stylized motif. These are amplified variation or natural of the non-made object that are no longer recognizable. These motifs are full of creativity as they are the result of designer. Interpretation of naturally existing things. Stylized motifs are obtained by rearranging the real object either by simplifying or exaggerating them to achieve the purpose of the design. Abstract motif. These are combination of color, size, and shape without a relationship to natural or man-made object. They are full of color and interest to the fabric. Abstract implies an element of impression and greater freedom that is found in most geometric design. This type of design is used in modern art. Symbols. The term symbols comes from the Greek word symbolon, which means contract token, insignia, and means of identification. Through symbols, ideas and meaning are represented in a symbol. There is both concealment and revelation. Symbols facilitate communication by giving a common reference point for a variety of original disparate ideas. Symbols are universal in the sense they transcend history. Symbols depicted on objects allow us to decode some of the meanings behind them and understand better the cultures that made and used them on some occasion. The object itself, such as an item of clothing or place of regalia, becomes the symbol. The motivations behind the use of symbols are
Of symbols. First, iconograms are illustrative representatives. They are iconic signs which, as an illustrative representation, emphasize the points in common between the signifier and the signified. 2. Pictograms are pictorial representations such as isotype. Pictograms are iconic signs which represent complex facts, not through words or sounds, but through visual carriers of meaning. 3. Cartograms are, are topographical representation which complex function and iconic facts. For example, an atlas or the ground plan for the house. 4. Diagrams. The functional representation, they are visual such sign which are partly iconic representation, but are more functional carriers that illustrate, for example, a sequence of facts or functions. 5. Ideograms represent a concept. Typically, ideograms respond to the sign a symbol which relates to the object or concept referred to, independently of any format and identification with group. 6. Logograms are concept representation like writing. They are visual referential linguistic signs to do not take the phonetic dimension into consideration. 7. Typograms are typographical representation. A typogram is a sign that is also composed of a sign derived from a writing repertoire such as the alphabet. 8. Phonograms are phonic representation. A phonogram is a sign that is used to signify linguistic or other sounds. Indigenous Philippines art and craft. One of the most precious traditional livelihoods that are kept today is weaving, originating in the pre-colonial times. The arts of weaving of the Cordillera tribes group in the Philippines North is still existing despite the threat of their more partial. The most tradition of clothes, the native use backstrap loom to procedure blankets and articles of clothing. Pinya cloth is also produced in looms throughout the province of Antique. It is delicate and exquisite hand-woven cloth that is made from fibers obtained from the leaves of piña plants. It is used in Barong Tagalog, the country's traditional form menswear, with the organic and airy textile being used. The barong is now become the more popular. Abaca fiber, derived from the abaca plants, is wisely grown in a certain region of the country. It is woven mainly to make sinamay fabric and avocado, as well as especially papers like bacon bags or currency and tela bags. There are also handcrafts like bags, carpet, and clothing made of avocado. Baskets are also made by the Cordilleran livelihood. They are also use this as a storage for food when they need to go to the mountains, territories to raise crops. Certain types of basket also serve to carry grains for hunting animals, for fishing in the streams. Bamboo's baskets are used to fish traps. The shape and size of basket determine to the kind of fish to be caught. Filipino potters make pots for different size, shapes, and design, which are useful geometric with stylized nature theme motifs. Functions Faces are made as the needs would raise. Philippine sculpture is the most familiar arts from among Filipinos. The most popular wood carving are those of the Anitos, nature gods, saints, and statues of the Christ and the Blessed Mother. Jewelry making in the country has been practiced in the country. It is believed that the skill of the early Filipino jewelry makers are adapted from their Asian neighbors like the China. Lesson 2. Arts and Space. Arts and space is at times idealistic and redundant. After all, what is culture about exploration of space, volume, and three-dimensionality? The inclusivity of its board premise feels nearly too vast, yet beside its attention of art history. There is something about selection of artwork that feels specific, current, and necessary. Space is found in nearly every piece of art created. Painters employ space, photographers sculpture space. Sculpture rely on space and forms, and articulate build space. It is fundamental elements of each of visual arts. Space and perspective. Creating perspective in arts rely on the judicious use of space. In an linear perspective drawing in the instant, art creates the illusion of space to imply the sense of three dimension. They do this by ensuring the some lines stretch of vanishing point. The tarugan is the ancestral house of the upper class Maranao in the Lanao region of Mindanao. It is the dwelling place of Dato along with wives and children. There could not be any house larger than Tarogan of the Dato with the sultani of this signifies rank, prestige, and wealth. The existing Tarogans are built by the community and the slaves of Dato in 80s. The Tarogan is the traditional resident of the resisting Sultan of the Marano people and his family. It is where the community traditionally gather for wedding, Thanksgiving rites, enthronement, and vigils for the dead. It is a masterpiece of Filipino craftsmanship carved on the Tarugan wooden post in the Niaga, a style mythical snake design that can be found in many Muslim arts.
Ifugao Bell. The Ifugao Bell or native house is said to be the first prefabricated house in the world. According to Reong, a Portuguese outlay beer, it has been the subject of many scholarly articles as it is one of the most indigenous and nearly perfect architectural construct made by man. This type of dwelling does not make us of nails, thus it is also called the no-nail house. The house can be dismantled and transferred to another place of choice without destroying any part of it. The Ifugao no-nail house involved from more primitive dwelling called the abong, which is less permanent and not raised. Structural frame. The Ifugao house is sturdily crafted or timber from Amugawan trees raised on four posts, which was buried 50 centimeters below to the ground and locked in with stone. The Ifugao house has been square floor plan, although the size of the house is determined by the socio-economic status of the people. An average Ifugao house is approximately 12 to 14 feet wide and 12 to 14 feet long. Bahay Kubo. The Nipa hut or Payag Kamali or Bahay Kubo is a type of stealth house indigenous to the culture of the Philippines, Lee 2011. It's often served as an icon of the Philippines culture, or more specifically, the Filipino rural culture. Cruz 2013. Its architectural principle gave way to many of Filipino tradition houses and buildings that rose after the pre-colonial era. This includes the colonial era Bahay na Bato, which is a novel version of Bahay Kubo with Spanish and some Chinese main architectural influence, and the contemporary buildings such as the Coconut Palace, Yunis Shrine, Cultural Center of the Philippines, and National Arts Center, which are modern edifices that use Bahay Kubo as a major influence. The name of the primitive Nipa hut is actually based on the Spanish phrase "kubo" meaning cube, probably because of its rectangular appearance and bahay, the Filipino word for house. By traditional, this type of village dwelling is structured out of organic materials. A perfect example of a totally green structure, the showcase of extreme simplicity and sustainability that has been around for a very long time. The construction of Bahay Kubo is totally based on the local needs and condition, fabricated with the ever dependable bamboo or kawan and banded together with three strings with dried coconut leaves or kogon grass, Walls are made of nipa leaves or bamboo slats, and the floor is made of finely split resilient by bamboo. Bahay na bato. Tagalog literary house of stone is a type of building originating during the Philippine-Spanish colonial period. It is an updated version of traditional bahay kubo. Its design has evolved throughout the age but still maintain the bahay kubo architectural basis which corresponding to the tropical climate, stormy season, and earthquake-prone environment. Bahay na bato is proud product of economic progress and cultural adaptation and such as is a symbol of affluent Western Filipino. It stands as a reminder of the social situation, which has not significantly changed even with the production of democracy, public education, and free enterprise. Other indigenous houses in the Philippines. Bahay Kubo is the first thing that comes to the mind when you hear traditional Filipino houses. But there are other traditional houses that protected our ancestors from harsh elements. Among them are Badjao houseboat. The houseboat of Badjao Sea says of the Philippines cruise along the island in the Sulu archipelago. These range 12 to 60 feet long but not more than 6 feet wide. Their unique ecological settings and finished economic design strong platform are made on both ends of the boat for the fish, kitchen utensils, and fishing gadgets, with the kitchen area usually found at the back. The Higaonon Treehouse. In the hinterlands of Agusan and Misamis Oriental, the Higaonon build their tree houses of the lush sampling, nipa or pugon grass, split bamboo, rattan, and bark of trees. The low roof at times also serve as walls. Wobbling catwalks connect the smaller houses of about 6 feet by 8 feet wide to a central calm square box of earth serve as fireplace and a kitchen such as breezy and swaying complex structures. Sufficient 60 people are held together by split rattan and were traditionally built as defenses against enemy attacks. The Ibatan house is made primarily of limestone, wood, and thatch. It commonly consists of two structures, the house proper and the kitchen of storage area. The main house has the larger area and it's usually made of limestone, wood, and thatch. The heavier materials, lime and stone, provide better shelter from the constant rains. The kitchen or storage area is usually made of wood and thatch. Compared to the bahay kubo and the bahay na bato, the Ibatan house has significantly lower ceiling around 1.60 to 2 meters high only, and smaller door and window openings to keep the interior warm. Plus, there are Ibatan house that have an Mandaya house. The Mandaya house is wholly made by carefully selected bamboo, flattened into slats and held together by horizontal bamboo stripes or rattan. Ancient of this single room with a small kitchen area is through a removable single notch trunk of a tree. Traditionally, its elevated floor line served as one of the safety measure against attacks by other ethnic groups in the periphery of Davao Oriental. This wearing condition made the Bigani or warrior class of a high and most coveted social ranking. Improvisation of various art forms. Improvisation is the process of creating new ideas or a new interpretation of existing art. Improvisation is not for everyone. Some artists never MPS and to others, it's have the holy grail and lifetime pursuit of the imperfection of their art form. Improvisation is found in most, is not all cultures. It's usually the shape of traditional art forms that have been passed down through the generation that are constantly renovated and improvised upon by new breed of artists. Improvisation is creating a performing something spontaneously or making something from whatever is available. Improvisation is the performing art as a very spontaneous performance without specific or scripted preparation. The skills of improvisation can apply to the many different faculties across all artistic, scientific, physical, and cognitive, academic, and non-academic disciplines fall in 1963. Improvisation is a form of research, a way of peering into the complex natural system that is a human being. It is the sense mother way of thinking, but on that produce ideas impossible to conceive in stillness. This Spain 2003. Techniques of improvisation are widely used in training for performing entertainment, for example, music, theater, and dance. To improvise or Uplift is basically the same as improvising colonial terms such as let's play it by the ear, take it as it comes, and make it up as we go along are all used to describe improvisation. Contact body improvisation is an open-ended exploration of composition of pre-performance of a musical passage, usually in a manner conforming or certain stylistic norms, but unfettered by the perspective, futures, or specific musical text. Theater improvisation involves actor and spontaneous generating dialogue, settings, and plot on stage based on audience suggestion without a script. Solving improvisation challenges. A mental blocks as you learn your piece or movements. You will find that at times your work in improvisation flows easily and that other times improvisation is much more difficult and you feel blank when that happens. You need to be patient with yourself since you cannot expect your mind and body always to be equally effective. Finding ways to working through improvisation problem is part of the process of learning. So, remembering new movements. Many students have trouble remembering movements discovered during the improvisation session, but this problem can be solved through practice. Remembering improvised movement important because later those movements will be molded and formed into a study. you will find that the ability of remember movement is comparable to standing outside yourself and watching as you improvise. 3. Picking it all together. You will also discover that movement do not always come forth in a logical manner. For example, the end of studying may come to you during improvisation. Before the middle is completed, it requires patience to learn how all parts fit together. The ability to give form your action, meaning take time. Each person needs a proper environment and enough practice and encourage to two people can be expected to pass through the levels of creative development in the same moment or the same speed. The goal is for movement fit together with sense of wholeness and growth for from a natural or organic development of movements and phrases.
Differences in concept. If a piece seems to be taking shape in certain direction, explore that direction even if it differs from your original conception on your work. The creative process requires that you are open to all possibilities as they occur. 5. Mindset. Fear is the number one killer of creativity and everything that you do it that easy. To get put on the spot in front of an audience and improvise. To pull off a successful performance, we must overcome fear, self-doubt, and myriad of distraction. Even though it may seem like an afterthought, your mindset has a lot to do with your creativity and ability to improvise at a bandstand. Fear, distraction, lack of preparation, mistake, and a judgmental audience are just a few and the things that can get in the way of a creative performance. However, each time you perform and improvise in front of an audience, you'll become more comfortable and confident. In turn, focusing on the things that matter like the music itself.
Lesson 4. Indigenous Art. The art since the indigenous people of the Philippines be popular as the arts of other Asian countries. But it too means dimension the variety, the originality and creativity of the Philippines. They have time and shown that Filipinos can be the best of the world when it to the arts field. The ambience of being in as lands may have given so many is attempt to capture and recreate the powerful and spectacle them to the best day and also during times and use it in the age them and basic necessities. Not only in playing, that visual art is purely for entertainment and spirit of perseverance in face of adversity, of diligence in duty and triumphs and failures. The next known inhabitation is when the Negrito or Aita arrived in the island. However, they were driven back by several waves of immigrants from Indonesia, only to be followed by the maritime peoples of the Malayan island. Each of these people brought with them with culture and arts. Indigenous Philippine art is an art made by the indigenous people of the Philippines. It includes works and raw materials such as extract from trees, fruits, and vegetables. Some of the art treasure of the Philippines are found in rocks, in cave, trees, and woods. Some of these indigenous art are 1. Architecture. Wander over the World Heritage Site. Banawi Rice Terraces, 8th wonder of the world. Curved from the high Cordilleras over 2,000 years ago. These rice terraces were carved out of the mountains by the native Ifugao people. The Ifugaos, the Ifugaos made the walls out of hardened mud and clay, while they flattened the slopes and cold hold water essential for the rice group. It had been the way of life of the Ifugao mountain tribes for the past 2 years, keep alive up to this day. Second, sculpture. Sculpture is the three-dimensional arts created by shaping or combining hard materials, typically stone, such as marbles, metal, glass, or wood, or plastic materials such as clay, textile, polymers, or softer metals. Curving is one of the techniques used in sculpture. 3. Waving. Waving means to make clothes and other objects. Strands materials are passed under the over each other. Waving in the Philippines has different forms, function, and materials. They also vary in design and techniques used. Most of the common forms of waving in the Philippines are the form of hat, mat, bag, textile, clothes, and blankets. This brought the ikat technique of the drying of the wari dried before waving. The use of reel of winding the span changed in the concept of using textiles and death ceremonies. Weavers were further imported materials. They imitate to the new design, integrating with their traditional textile. Weaver immigrants appear to have brought the ikat technique to the Isinay of Ifugao, people of Luzon. Their ikat design upper up cotton wrap and black. Once dyed and with rice field mud, later with indigo. One specialty is the production of kaingan and tupacs, Luzon of narrow G-string used to clothe the dead. Fourth, pottery. Pottery are objects that are first shaped of wet clay and handled by baking. Pottery includes both decorative and practical items such vases, dishes, and lamps. Pottery in the Philippines varies in function. The form of the pots are directly influenced by the functions of the pots and the tradition of the community or local area. Filipino potters makes a different sizes, shape, and usually geometry and styles nature, theme, me, and Philip and designs, which are made bold arights. An example of this is the fight. Their eyelid for cooking, banga, and tapayor are used for storing Helan lovely tradition of continuous after present, also the clay-made stove or kalan. The Barangay pottery in Ilocos Sur is still a lovely tradition and continues to the present. 5. Body adornment. Physical ornamentation can be categorized into three areas, specifically the use of traditional costume, textile, jewelry, and tattoos. The designs vary depending on the location, using the users and the function of the ornaments. Since the early 12th century, jewelry making in the country has been practiced in the country. It is believed that the skills of The early Filipino jewelry makers adapted from their Asian neighbors like the Chinese. Non-Muslim people in Mindanao decorate their colorful and distinctive costume with glass beads, shells, and metal bills and chains. Their jewelry materials include coral and fibers. Forms of jewelry include the earplugs as well as earrings. All beads are highly prized, especially against beads among the Kalingas, and Igorot girls are given a head ornament of agate base before they reach puberty. Ifugao men wear dot necklace believed to impart good luck, and their oboes wear its shells, amulets, and to protect them, necklaces made from the roots of bark are worn by them to ward off sickness. Muslim art. Islam is a religion has long been established since the early AD 600s. Along with its emergence around the world, it also paved way of the development of its own unique style of art. Islamic art lays emphasizes on creating an art from that built on the beauty and respect for the teaching of Islam. Islamic art is characterized by designs of flowers, plant forms, and geometric design. It is used in calligraphy, architecture, painting, clothing, and other forms of fine arts. As Islam spread around the world, this distinct form of art has become an integral part of the identity of its followers, including the Philippines. The development of Islamic art in the Philippines. In the 13th century, traders and missionaries have introduced the religion of Islam in the Philippines. Islamic art meshed with ethnic culture and produced a Filipino Muslim art that reflects the ethnic background and Islamic identity of the people. During the Spanish colonization and American occupation, Islam has been concentrated mostly in the South, but this did not help the flourishing of the Islamic art. Global development, however, exposed the Filipino Muslims to its Middle Eastern roots, who have become their main source of representation of Islam arts. Art of Filipino Muslims. Islamic art in the Philippines is found predominantly in Muslim ethnic groups, where every group offers their own distinct flavor of Islamic art. This distinct art is commonly seen in homes, clothing, and places of worship of Filipino Muslim Islamic arts and characterized by geometric design and patterns eliciting focus from. The Sarmanok is legendary bird of Maranao people, where originated the Mindanao, an island in the Philippines comes from the word sari and manok. Sar means cloth or garment, were generally assorted colors, batik clothing and design. The Philippine Muslim homes represent identity, therefore, Islamic art is seen in that houses. These houses usually contain framed calligraphy of Quran passages in its walls. These ornaments used are made from Muslim dominated countries like Malaysia, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, brought home by overseas Filipino workers as mementos of the pilgrims. Clothing reflects the style and colors of their ethnic backgrounds. A design related to Islam that used in the Philippines is the batik cloth design. This kind of design traces this influence from Indonesia. It contains abstract themes with geometric and floral design. Christian art. When Spaniards arrived in the Philippines in 1521, the colonizer used arts as a tool to propagate the Catholic faith through beautiful image. With communication as problem, the friars used image to explain the concept behind Catholicism and tell the stories of Christ's life and passion. Image of Holy Family and saints were introduced to the Filipino through Curve Santos by Villa Cruces, Station of the Cross, engraving on the stampas and stampitas, and through paintings on church wall. The influence of the Christian religion is manifested through the art and social function of the society. Among the art forms of the influence can be seen art and architecture, music, literalization, and over visual arts. The religion became an instrument for creativity of the Filipino to flow in. Painting. The Spanish prayers introduced Western painting, and the Philippines are artisans who aim to copy two-dimensional form from the religious icons that the friars brought from Spain. To the first countries of the Spanish colonization, painting was eliminated to religious icons. Portraits of saints and the Holy Family became familiar sight in the churches. Other subject matters include the Passion of Christ, the Via Crucis, and the Crucifixion, for trial of heaven, purgatory, and hell. Sculpture and architecture. Of all new arts form introduced, the native talks the scripture instantly. The curving anito was transformed into a sculpture in the saints. These anitos were used primarily for the church altar and rituals. It also replaced the anitos in the altars of native homes. Graphic art. Engraving was introduced in the 1590s by the Spanish colonists. In 1593, the Dominicans published the La Doctrina Cristiana, first book printed in the country. On it was woodcut engraving of Saint Dominic by Juan de Vera, Chinese convert. The religious order's own printing press and printed mostly prayer books and estampas. The estampas print of miraculous image, usually creature portraits of saints and religious scenes.
So next is contemporary art. Contemporary art is the art of the present. This is continuously in process and representation of modern art and contemporary art could also be a matter of perception and reception. Depending on the context, art is the expression of one's feelings through creating something out of their imagination. Art are both a product and a process of creative decision. An artist, in his or her attempt to involve in dialogue and to articulate his or her motivations for creation, be it the medium, style, subject, form, etc. Contemporary artists are produced at the present period in time. Contemporary art includes and develops from postmodern art, which is itself as a successor to modern art. So next is known Filipino contemporary artists and works. One is Maningning Latche was known for her Chinese bamboo zinc paintings and poetry in three languages, Filipino, Mandarin, and English. Next is Benedicto Reyes Cabrera. Better known as Ben Cab, is a Filipino painter and was awarded National Artist of the Philippines for visual arts painting in 2006. Jose Joya was a printmaker, mixed media artist, and a former dean of the University of the Philippines College of Fine Arts. He pointed to abstract expressionism in the Philippines. His canvases were characterized by dynamic, spontaneity, and quick gestures of actions painting. So next is Olive Olmedo was an award-winning expressionist Filipino painter. He created populist art and depicted in the marginalized part of the society. So next is Napoleon Salpilo Piloso Abueva. More popularly known as Napoleon Acueva is a Filipino artist. He is a sculptor given the distinction as the Philippines National Artist of Sculpture. He is also entitled as the father of modern Philippine sculpture. He is the only Bolano given in distinction as National Artist of Philippines in the field of visual arts. So next is Julio P. Gabaya, Gawad CCP Award for Music in 2008 has been playing the violin for the Filipinos for decades now. He is passionate around him to visit the various concert venues in the country and share this love for classical music to several generations. So next is Victorio C. Idades is a Filipino painter who was the leader of revolutionary 13 moderns who engaged their classical roots and held decades over the nature and functions of art. He was named as National Artist in 1976. Next is Arturo Rogerio Las. Is a Philippine National Artist Award in Visual Arts. He also known printmaker, sculpture designer, and art administrator. Founding member of the Modern New Realist School in the Philippines Art, he received the National Artist Award, the country's highest accolade in the arts in 1997. Next is Abdul Nabi Shia Imam. A native of Sulu is a sculpture painter, photographer, ceramist, and documentary filmmaker, sculptor, researcher, writer, and articulator of Philippine Muslim art and sculpture. So next is Eduardo Castrillo. He's an award-winning Filipino sculptor. He was born in Santa Ana, Manila, the youngest of 5 children of Santiago, Australia. A jeweler, and Magdalena de los Santos, a leading actress and journalist, and Hollywood pageants and Makati. Philippines Castillo was Republic Cultural Heritage Award. He is also jewelry artist and designer. So next is Solomon Sacred, was a modern Philippine sculptor who became known for his works in bronze pieces created by welding scraps of metal, producing a characterized jack effect. So next is Bias Salonga, known as professionally as Lia Salonga, is a Filipina lyric mezzo-soprano singer and actress who starred in the lead role of Kim in the musical Miss Saigon, for which is won the Oliver Tony Drama Desk Author Critics and Theater World Awards. So next is Cecil Licat, is a renowned Filipina virtuoso classical pianist devoted as pianist, pianist by the New Yorker Hair Artistry blend of telemusica instinct and super training. Next is practices and movements in contemporary Philippine art. Most contemporary Philippine artists somehow do not want to be identified with any single art movement, in the manner of the Impressionists in 19th century France or the early Modernists in 1930s. Philippines were the members consciously created works representative of that movement. So next is social realism in a Philippine perspective. A broad descriptions of different artworks, costumes, view, writing commentaries or socio-political issues of country. According to art critic and writer Alice Guillermo, social realism pre-existed during the decaying of politicized Filipino consciousness during late 80s revolutionary period and when again in the first quarter storm in the 1970s. Figurative art is the one of the most popular art movement in figurative art and representational meaning. It is derived from real object sources. Early figurative art in the Philippines is most realistic and classical, but in modern times, depictions of human figures and conditions entered figurative art. A visual mix includes, and in some cases, irony are brought into add drama to an otherwise commonplace event or situations. Also, figures in anatomy are distorted or altered. So next is abstract art or non-representational art. Objects from the natural world and also ideas are portrayed using color and form. Abstract art in the Philippines emerged after World War II. During this time, modernists were steering away from more conservative style of Amorsolo and, and finding new ways of expressing themselves. Modernists received plenty of support from the institution, the Art Association Philippines and the Philippine Art Gallery. So next is conceptual art. In this movement, the idea is more important than the object. It encompasses specific art installations, three-dimensional assemblage of sculptures, non-art elements, performance, and video art. It gives emphasis of the artist's thinking while the artworks are eternal or temporary and therefore requires documentation. So next is pop serial and low-brow art. The underground visual art movement is based on comic books, status pop, music, and other alternative pop. Cultural themes American illustrator Dave McKay took more surrealist influence a lot of young Filipino artists who created informal movements within universities. On the other hand, graffiti art which utilized spray paint and even stickers. This was influenced by the late Jean Michael Blackwell and Kate Herring in the late 70s to 80s has recently caught on with a lot of young Filipino artists. Practices. Philippine art in the modern era in the Philippines has evolved into a wide variety of expressions and major turning the country into a situations of creative appeals. Modern Filipino artists have more freedom to own this own they show their love for the country and involving culture.